Welcome to the Essemtec booth here at SMT Connect. Delighted to be joined by Olivier Carnal. Nice to see you, Olivier.
Hello, Trevor. Nice to see you again.
Yes, of course, we had a really good discussion last year where we talked about how you were positioning Essemtec in the sort of small to medium range manufacturing environment. How has it progressed since then? What's happened in the last 12 months?
Okay, so I well remember this first meeting. It was a pleasure to meet you 1 year ago.
Yeah.
And in the meantime, a lot has happened. So for me, the SMT Connect 2023 was important for me to get an orientation, to know where to put also our focus. And we had three focus topics. One is the geographical growth, and then the technological growth, but also change in atmosphere inside the company and communication.
Right.
If you're now focusing on technologies, what we are showing here are all the things that we have developed over the past 12 months. So we have an underfill, Tarantula, we have high-speed jetting of solder paste, and we have also reballing. So all novelties which have been created over the past 12 months. And perhaps we can also elaborate a little bit more the geographical growth. But what you see here is mainly the technological change.
Yeah, I mean, what you've really done, and quite successfully, is try and package a lot of functionality into one footprint. So you could do pick and place, you can do dispensing, and you could do a number, even some inspection in the one area. So for somebody doing NPI, it's a great tool, there's no doubt about it. But I believe that your strategy is also to take it beyond that into the sort of medium range manufacturing. So how do you talk to a customer who's already invested in one of your machines for NPI, but it's time for him to sort of move into larger production?
Very good question, Trevor. I would like to add one feature that we're also presenting here for NPI, which is optical inspection after placing the component. So we can do SPI and AOI now in the machine.
Wow.
So I think the advantages of the machine for NPI are clear. And as you said, how do you explain to a customer that he can use the same tool, the same know-how in the company also to grow into larger series? And there we have, I think, three arguments. One is that you can put machines in a line, so that one machine does the dispensing, one does the pick and place. You can add material management. You can also add interfaces to production planning. So all these arguments show that we are ready also to follow the customer when he wants to go from NPI into serial production.
Right. So I mean, you on the actual production tools that you make, you specialize really in the pick and place area, the dispensing, and a little bit of the inspection. But with these other features you just mentioned, you've got a series of partnerships for materials management and things like that.
Partnerships are crucial in this world because we are too small to develop all ourselves. So we have partnerships for material management. We announced the partnership with Arcadia. We're working on other partnerships. And also when it comes to traceability, people want to have a link to their ERP system. One of the big players is Valor, of course. So we are offering also interfaces to all those partners so that the customer can do full production planning with all the tools he already has. No? So he can just take our tool and put it in line.
And I guess for those customers that have got the NPI and are looking to upscale to the larger machines, they're already familiar with the software interface and everything else and the way that the machines work. So it's a pretty natural step for them.
Correct. I think you summarized it well, yes.
Okay.
And many feedbacks that we get also from customers, also larger customers, is that the user interface is very user-friendly. So you can teach very easily. You can also change from one recipe to the other very easily. And I think this is also one of Essemtec's assets.
Right, excellent. Now, of course, Essemtec is part of a larger organization, Nano-Dimension. What do they bring to the party? Because they're really into making 3D assemblies, really.
Yes. Nano-Dimension brought also, I think, a cultural change. Out of a small Swiss company, now thrown into the bigger picture, I think also made us change, because we feel now much stronger with Nano-Dimension in the back. And And on the technological side, I would say this link of 3D printed electronics with high-tech SMD assembly, I think brings new possibilities,
Yep.
which allows us to embrace customer challenges which were not known to the world before. So I'm especially thinking about space or medical applications where you have to package your components in a very special way.
Right, right. That was going to be my next question, actually, is what specific markets are you really looking at? I mean, being a German or Swiss-German company, presumably you have some involvement in the automotive sector.
Correct.
What other sectors are you particularly strong in?
Yes. Traditionally, we are strong in Germany, and as you said, Germany very strongly focused on automotive industry. With our growth also geographically, we are also now entering markets that we did not serve before. So we have a big customer in the US in space, and with these nice stories that we can now also tell and the solutions that we can provide, we can also show that we are not only focusing on automotive, but space, defense, medical.
Right.
We have a very nice story with a Dutch partner who is doing hearing aids.
Okay.
So normally you want to adapt the hearing aid to your ear, so it's smaller series. And this is where our tools are ideally suited because the changeover from one product to the other is very fast.
Right, right. Well, it's good that you have the spread across these different
Exactly.
sectors for sure, because the market, quite frankly, first part of this year has been a little bit soft, especially in the automotive side. But it seems to be showing signs of picking up a bit. What's your view?
Correct. So I can tell you that there were nights where I did not sleep too well. So you're always thinking ahead of time, how big is my backlog? And as you said, it was a challenge. Beginning of the year, we did not really understand why. But when looking back over the past few days and weeks, I see that the attitude also of our customers have changed. So there are much more projects coming to us. We have also a lot of contacts here at the SMT Connect with new projects. So I'm much more relaxed than I was a few
months ago.
Exactly.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
I think also this diversification going away from pure automotive into other markets helps, of course, to spread the risks. Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. So, Olivier, I wanted to talk to you about a couple of new products that you're actually showing in the booth this week, and they're fairly unique. The first one behind us is a dedicated underfill machine. I think it's the only one I've ever seen.
Yes.
Which is dedicated purely to the function of underfill.
Yes.
Can you tell us some of the key features of this machine?
So what we see here is the Tarantula underfill, which is, as you said, a dedicated machine for dispensing. And what is special here is that the boards can be preheated so that the underfill process is faster, more reliable.
Right.
So we have
Is that using
It's hot air.
Hot
It's
air.
hot air blowing from one side,
Okay.
so you can adapt to the width of the board very rapidly.
Okay.
So it's something where we have filed a patent on because it's a unique feature. So you can really adapt to the board size, even to 550 millimeters, which is really unique.
Wow, and that's a very big board size. So you can do these big 5G boards and things like that, or for a number of applications.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So many of our customers are in space or in telecommunication, where you want to protect the electrical interface with some underfill material.
Right, right. Now, I would say that obviously this is catered for people that are doing higher volumes. This is a little bit outside of your NPI sweet spot.
Exactly.
But
so is it the first test balloon to enter into larger series? And we see that we are successful.
Good, good, excellent. So the other thing that you have is on the other side of the booth is a reballing system. Now, reballing up until now has been mostly a kind of manual process.
Correct.
But you've actually managed to automate it. Can you explain to our viewers a little bit how it works?
Yes. It was also a little bit by chance that we discovered that this reballing is done manually. We were not in that market. So by visiting Mexican customers in Guadalajara, we realized that to do reballing, you needed a manual small screen printer and then manually put the balls on it. What we have done here is an automated fluxing. So we come with a needle and only dispense flux where needed on the pads of the BGA. And then we pick the balls with a dedicated needle out of a tape and put it on it. So we have no waste of material, almost 100% yields, and of course much better quality than the reworked BGA. So it's, I think, our contribution to sustainable manufacturing.
Right. And these, so the balls are encapsulated into an 8mm tape, which you can then pick and place onto the board. Do you have a variety of different ball sizes you can use?
Correct. We can go from 250 micron to 900 micron, depending on the need of the customer. We can also have leaded or unleaded balls.
Right. Excellent. Okay. Well, that's two very interesting innovations.
Yes.
So congratulations on that.
I'm proud of it. Thank you very much.
Okay.